Me expecting things from the government is not because I feel entitled. I feel like the government is there to work for the people, and not only for people like me, for people from all sections of the society. While we were waiting for these repatriation flights, a lot of us went through a lot of anxiety, and we went through like phases of bad mental health because we were not sure what happens to us. What if something happens to us and we are in Singapore? The government was not going to take our responsibility there. I graduated earlier this month and I was repatriated back by the Indian government from Singapore to India.
I reached out to the consulate in New York to register myself to get on a repatriation flight to New Delhi. On the day of the flight, we got there about 4 hours early, and it was pretty crowded. There was a long line. There was also a wait list. You could not enter the terminal without wearing a mask.
When we landed into Bombay, we were told that all of us have to download the Arogya Setu app, without which we cannot deboard the aircraft. So we were not prepared for this, and a lot of us didn't have Indian SIM cards to actually download the app, and we didn't even have Wi-Fi on the aircraft. And the app also asks you for an OTP, for which you do need an Indian SIM card.
As soon as we got to this point where we had to choose which hotel we had to sort of like quarantine in, it got a little chaotic.
This entire hotel mafia had taken over the exit space, and we were asked to pick from a list of 12 hotels, and the price range was say 2,500 a night to around 6,000 a night. So the entire exercise was going to cost us around 40 to 60 to 70,000 rupees, including 2 COVID tests, which would cost us around 9,000 rupees. So we were not prepared for this kind of a financial burden.
You had to pay upfront for all 14 days. And I think the whole sort of like repatriation, like this whole process has been a little expensive, right from like paying for the ticket and paying for the hotel. So it's not really an evacuation, like the government isn't putting you up. But I still feel like everyone who was sort of involved in getting us here was helpful.
After I reached the hotel, I started getting calls like 3-4 hours after that the bus that I was supposed to be on for Gujarat has left. And I was a little shocked because I had gone to the out-of-state counter to ask when I'm supposed to go back, and they said that I'll still have to do the quarantine in Bombay, but I wanted to be on this bus, just that I was never told that there's such a bus.
When you got on the flight, just to like sort of enter the craft, you had to sort of keep a 6-foot distance, and there was no service on the flight. They let only 20 people off the plane at a time, so I had to wait for 40 minutes till I got off the plane. And it was pretty orderly actually. When we got to the Delhi airport, they divided everyone into groups of 20.
And after that, we were asked to sign health declarations again, and temperature checks were done, and even the immigration was a very controlled exercise.
They give you 3 meals outside your room, and every day they're going to come and check your temperature. I'm going to continue sort of reporting how I'm feeling till the end of the quarantine.
I'd say that the overall experience was good and pleasant, but I do hope that all of you who want to come back to India are prepared. I'm currently undergoing my quarantine. I'm on the 12th day of my quarantine, and what I'm doing now is that I'm writing about my entire experience. I'm suggesting changes to the government where it can improve. Once my quarantine is done, I can actually go out and do my part.